Hello everybody. So today I wanted to make a video specifically about Haki. Now, I'm not super far into this series. I've said this numerous times, but if you don't believe me, I don't know what the hell is happening next. All I know is there's going to be an arc for Zoe because it was mentioned on the Straw Hats ship. I'm at chapter 790, so I'm almost through Dressrosa, so it's natural progression to get to Zoe. Beyond that, I don't know. I mean, it seems clear that at some point he's going to have to fight Big Mom, and at some point he's going to have to do something because of that thing that he did at Fishman Island, and at some point he's going to have to do something with Shanks. I just wanted to make that clear, just, you know. Anyways, I want to talk about specifically Haki and the advancement or the progression that Haki could have. Because I read the Ace's novel. It's pretty good. It's canon and it's about his life before, so it's not really going to spoil that much for me. But essentially, it's kind of funny how he eats a devil fruit, of course, out of desperation and hunger. It's kind of funny how every single character kind of eats the devil fruit out of that kind of thing. But I think the thing to take away from it was the fact that Shanks mentioned his Haki was able. He sensed his Haki being heat. Not his devil fruit, his Haki was able to melt some of the ice. Now, if that's true, or is it just able to cool the ice or something, that's pretty crazy. Because that indicates that somebody like Shanks, who had, by the way, he had Conqueror's Hakis, we saw it during his fight with the Blue Jam Pirates. It's pretty damn clear that Ace was pretty well versed Haki user, but he didn't think he needed it, or maybe he just didn't want to use it, or just there was emotions when it came to a lot of his fights, like Jinbei and Akino. So maybe that's the reason why he just decided not to use a lot of Haki. But my guess is that there's actual elements that derive from this Haki that you use. You know, if you can use two of the Hakis at least, or something like that, at least more than one, then I bet you anything, you have an element. And I bet you Luffy's element is something, maybe not electricity itself, but static electricity and being able to, you know, because it's his personality, you know, he's always smiling through him no matter what. I mean, we saw in his flashback that he lost Sabo. Well, Sabo's alive now, but before, he lost Sabo, so that was pretty significant in his life, and yet when he met all the Straw Hats, he was just happy and chipper. So I'm gonna say that his Haki kind of energy is light and really adventurous and all right, let's do this, that kind of thing. And the electricity intensity would be goes from static electricity to like straight up lightning, kind of immense. So maybe he can charge up through Nami's clouds at some point and do something like that. I think that could be something. And I know that it's crazy to think that Haki can have elements, but it's just a subtle element. Because if you could apply it to a devil fruit, this is why Ace's devil fruit, the flames went from dark orange to yellow, because he was going up the flame chart all the way up to eventually blue if he was awakening it or something like that. Maybe it was easier for him to awaken his devil fruit because his element was already heat, was already hot, was already, that's just what I think about the Haki advancement and armament. Is that eventually we'll get to a point where armament, at least, where people like Luffy will sense other people's Haki like that too. And I think if somebody really wanted to apply it, let's say Elogia for Elogia for something that's really really different, you know, thinking of that movie, Kura something. No, but I'm just thinking of any logia that they could like crocodiles, where you could actually heat up the molecules by actually if your Haki element was heat, and he's really really good at using it, he could heat it up to the point where it becomes kind of glassish, or something crazy, because it's crazy how all the One Piece theories, all the One Piece things are always people well, this is completely nonsense, and then literally I don't know, or everybody's oh yeah, Big Mom, yeah, she's gonna be this big, Yonko character that's gonna be involved in all this stuff. I wasn't expecting her on Fishman Island. Get out of here. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't. Anything can go in One Piece. So I'm gonna say that it's possible that was not left there just for the hell of it. Shanks talking about how there's elements with specific Haki. So I think that if somebody, whether Paramecia, Logia, Zoan, could actually use that like little element to their advantage. And I think observation, I think that's kind of obvious. You would be able to kind of, like the Usopp seeing the orbs, but you'd be able to see people's movements step a little bit ahead of time. And then beyond that, I think you'd be able to probably tell completely the future. Like, you'd have to, like, master, like, be, like, supreme Haki. And then, of course, a Conqueror's Haki, I think, might just be something like a barrier, like Bartolomeo's barrier, but, like, a barrier, like, because when you see Shanks, and that's the other thing I was going to say, is you see Shanks, I think his Haki element would be something with space itself, or time, because he doesn't have a devil fruit, as there's a recent spoilerish article saying he doesn't have devil fruit, which is fine, because he never shows up anyway. What difference does it make if I spoil some with Shanks? But at the end of the day, Shanks was able to move with that. When Whitebeard threw that thing, he either knocked it away using Conqueror's Haki, which is kind of like, I'm thinking of that scene in Naruto where he uses that giant, like, I think it was Asuma, used that kind of, like, Buddha thing to just knock things away, but it was like a spiritual weapon. It wasn't like he was using ninjutsu or whatever. And I think that's the same kind of thing in the situation where Shanks, arm and Conqueror's Haki can just, like, have all these arms and just kind of, like, do it, but it's, at the time of us, it's invisible. Either that, or I think Shanks has an element to his, if Ace had this kind of rugged, kind of, I'm just gonna knock the guy out. I don't give a crap about him. That's the kind of guy he was before. That would make sense that his would be heat. Shanks would be time. He's got to be in a lot of places a lot of time. So his would make a lot of sense to be time. I honestly think this makes a lot of sense. I don't know if you guys think this makes sense. That's just what I think the natural progression of the shows will get to more Haki, because, and now there's Devil Fruit Awakenings by Doflamingo's fight, which, oh my god, I can't even wait to do the Dressrosa review, because that was easily my favorite fight in One Piece so far. But anyways, yeah, so just wanted to make a theory about this. No, I know it's crazy and all that, but anyways, see you till next time.